Yo, 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 YouTube fam. Welcome back to another video of the Karma TV series. This time it's the Superheroes versus Anime Edition. You already know how we run things by now, so let's just get straight to it then. With the first one that we got is a matchup between Cyborg from the Justice League and Genos from One Punch Man. This one was kind of going back and forth. It was almost 50-50, but Cyborg ended up losing with 41%. To Genos having 59%. So what do y'all think about that? I was kind of surprised, to be completely honest.
I ain't gonna hold you. They hating on my boy.
I really thought Cyborg was gonna win that, to be completely honest. Like, I get that Genos is like really fast, as he's like shown in the show and all that, and he like obviously gets upgraded from every battle that he loses. But I don't think that's enough against Cyborg. But then again, I'm not sure if a lot of people really know all the feats that Cyborg has anyway. Plus, I think Cyborg is just kind of stronger.
My main thing was, when I was thinking of this battle, is Genos is faster, but Cyborg has literally worked with the Justice League and has sparred against Flash before. So if he can fight against Flash and his speed, I'm not saying it's like he's keeping up, but Genos is not as fast as Flash, so I got Cyborg taking this dub. I'm not gonna hold you.
Yeah, that's facts. That's definitely facts.
I feel like once Cyborg started doing the whole being able to control like the nanos, you know, when he was able to like be like kind of like material.
Oh yeah, the nanos.
I feel like he would have been. Yeah, exactly. I feel like he would
once he
probably
could take
Genos.
over inorganic materials. That's a good point.
Exactly, because you know technically Cyborg is alien because he's part of the the father box.
Yeah, it depends on which cyborg
you. But I feel like we're talking about Cyborg as a whole. Yeah.
The one that is in the picture, that's actually the comic book Cyborg. That
which
Amari
is Father
has. That's
Box,
not
right?
even a Teen Titans one. That's the one who worked with the. Yeah, that is the father bot.
That's the father box of Cyborg, which means he would be able to like open the boom tubes and all that stuff. So I feel like
Can't Cyborg also hack Genos? He's like
the
technopath.
There's no doubt in my mind that Cyborg can hack Genos. No doubt.
Don't get me wrong, Genos is cool, but every time you turn around, Genos' body parts are getting blown apart. I'm like, you alright?
Yeah, this man is literally 0 for 4 in 2 seasons. We don't even have to stay on this one too long. I'm sorry. If you know anything about Cyborg can hack him. Cyborg can keep up with the speedsters, and Cyborg not taking no L's like Genos is taking L's. He's fought people who are a lot stronger than him before in Teen Titans comic book everywhere.
Most definitely.
That's true.
Man.
Yeah. With that said, we can move on to the next one, and this one was a battle between Captain America from the Marvel's Avengers, obviously y'all should know, and Naofumi versus but is the Shield hero. Captain America had 38% and Naofumi had 62%. I actually wasn't surprised. At first it was a little worse than that, but so what do y'all think?
The Battle of the Shields. This was, to me, that's why I picked Battle of the Shields. I feel like Naofumi, because he's able to because the shield has so many abilities in it, kind of like how he had like the healing with the herbs and that like that demon shield form he used,
the rage form
at the end of the season one. Yeah, exactly. I feel like with those, I feel like why people would pick Naofumi over Captain America, but Captain America still has feats as far as taking hits from Thor's hammer with the shield.
Yeah, he does have a lot of durability feats.
In fighting, taking hits from Thanos and stuff like that. So I feel like it was, to me, it could have been even, but I feel like if you look at it from a standpoint of character, people would probably pick Naofumi over Captain America, just from Naifumi's character as a whole.
So do you think Captain America can beat Naofumi? The way you were saying it, it sounded like you don't think he can actually beat him.
I feel like with Captain America being able to fight, you know, close call, like actually has some type of combat experience, yes. I feel like as far as the abilities and stuff that Naofumi has, I feel like it's kind of like to me, I feel like it's like a toss-up. It's like 50-50, I feel like.
Okay.
In my perspective.
Yeah, because I mean, in a sense, Naofumi is, his character in that world is like, obviously, you know, he's getting constant upgrades, and as he's going on throughout the battle, anything he picks up and puts into his shield, he can use it as his own. He kind of is like a hack character, in a sense.
Yeah.
I still feel like if he was, if Captain America was to somehow get like roll up close and start, mollywopping him, then that'd be a different story. Because then Naofumi might, be pushed to the part where rage, and he might come back for like round 2. So it's the rage part that I feel like, trumps all, because we saw at the end of like the season, whatever that dragon joint was, or that chained up box came out of nowhere and like can capture Captain America. I don't see how Captain America can break out.
Yeah. See, that's what I was thinking when I was looking at this. Like Captain America, I'm sure could take on anything head on, but Naofumi's arsenal, he in his bag. Like he got the Batman effect. Like he could attack Captain America from all different sides, and there's nothing I can't. He can only block from one angle.
Exactly.
So
he
can
bounce around everywhere.
He can take a Thor hit or a Thanos punch. That sounds cool, but I mean he can't tank getting shot from both sides. That's kind of how I'm looking at it.
Yeah,
I feel that.
Can't
Plus, he's
shield
died by a
himself
bullet,
getting trapped
so,
either.
I'm
so.
gonna throw that in there too. He died by a bullet.
My God.
Oh no, that's savage. With that said, though, we can move on to the third poll, and this one is the highest debate of all time: the battle of the brains and tactics. Who is winning in this versus Batman or Shikamaru? 52% went to Batman, and Shikamaru had 48%. It was 50-50 for quite some time. So to see at the end that Batman won it, kind of makes sense in a sense. What do y'all think, though?
No, my boy always got to come clutch in the end, but I'll let you take this one, Khalil.
Me? I mean, I can see why everyone voted towards Batman, because don't get me wrong, they're both geniuses, but given how they both they both do live in different eras. Like Shikamaru's a genius for the time that he lives in. They don't really have technology like that. Meanwhile, this man Batman is basically, he could pretty much build a rocket ship if he wanted to. But as far as a mental battle, I could give that to Batman, since he pretty much beat the lasso of truth.
That's true.
That's willpower.
That's true.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So Batman, I don't like him, but I still like Shikamaru though. As far as a combat perspective, I mean, Shikamaru's not beating Batman in hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah.
We can make that very, we can make that very clear. The only way he could even hurt Batman is to catch him in the shadow, which is going to be hard to do because, he's Batman. He could just invent something like a shadow light or something. And
he could bring out a flashlight.
I was about to say the flashbang, wouldn't it? The flashbang kind of would ruin it. I think
Batman probably has a suit. He probably has a suit that illuminates and all that, so that just defeats Shikamaru's purpose. But if he does trap Batman's shadow and hit him with a shadow stitching, which is when he pretty much impales you with the shadows, maybe he could get him, depending on the suit. I don't know how strong those shadows really are, but it's pretty.
That's true too.
That's another.
It's pretty
good
much
point.
in Batman's court.
Because I was about to say,
I don't like
Naruto, they got their vest and stuff, but that's not like armor or bulletproof or anything like that. Like it's good against, maybe some kunai, but if they get exploded, they still getting hurt. Whereas Batman is literally getting tanked or having fights with like alien creatures and Superman and all that. So I really think the durability feat there definitely trumps that against the shadows. I kind of feel like. Because I was thinking if Shikamaru could find a way to have Batman kind of fight in the shadows, then obviously Shikamaru has a wider range of being able to use his jitsu. But that's really, situational type of win that Shikamaru would have to have. I would still see it about a good 98 times out of 100 that Batman would win. I do want to give props to my boy Shikamaru because he is smart for the time that he is, ninja era. But obviously Batman learned from ninjas.
Yeah, he ain't just learned from ninjas. He learned from the League of Shadows.
Exactly.
And all that.
Plus Shikamaru has terrible stamina. He always runs out of gas. He's not outlasting Batman.
He's always run out of
got
gas.
30 seconds left, by the way.
Shikamaru once Batman finds out how Shikamaru's move works, like once he sees him do his little technique and the shadow starts stretching out, it's kind of over for him because he's just like, I just gotta avoid that.
Right.
And I think eventually, I don't think Batman's dumb enough to not think of, let me use a flashbang, or I just need a flashlight.
You're right. I think he would really pick up on that really quick. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think overall the matchup makes sense. Yeah. Definitely gotta give props to the boy Shikamaru, but he's not beating Batman. So then we're gonna move on to the next matchup, the fourth one, fighting fire with fire. Who do you think is winning this death match? The Human Torch from Fantastic Four or Natsu Dragneel from Fairy Tail? This one is 34 to Human Torch and 66 to Natsu. So I want to give y'all a moment to kind of talk about it before I jump in. If
You should be ashamed of yourself.
I shouldn't be ashamed.
You did it
of
again,
myself.
huh?
What are you talking
You did
about?
it again.
I didn't do it again.
You made another matchup where you should have known better.
Because the only reason why
Go ahead, say your point.
I was about to say the only reason I made this matchup is because yes, Natsu can eat fire, but the fact that the Human Torch I was thinking could go supernova, like the fact that he had that, like would Natsu even be able to like consume that without all of it going over his body? Because yes, Natsu in the world that he lives in, you know, he can eat some fire if it's going straight at him, but that's only continent level fire, I guess you could say, in a sense, where supernova is like, you know, that junk is literally burning up everything in an instant. And the fact that, you know, he can do that, I think kind of would put him in a spot where Natsu would still have a hard time really being able to fight against that. Because yes, Natsu can eat fire and, you know, replenish his strength, but it doesn't necessarily make him stronger. He does have a second form, but it was the supernova fact that I was just like, would Natsu really be able to handle that?
How's Natsu like physical ability? I'm not really sure about him. I know you said he could eat fire. Is he physically capable? Because the Human Torch can actually box too.
Natsu definitely has the capabilities of fighting a lot of people hand to hand combat. He's fighting like I said, in his world, literal dragons, because all of them, since he's a dragon slayer, so he fights against other dragon slayers, and everybody's kind of strong. But in order for you to be a dragon slayer, you have to be strong enough to slay a dragon, essentially. And you know, like I said, that's also continental type strength.
Okay. Because
so
I'm thinking
he
like
definitely has durability in fighting style. He has natural instincts too, I guess you could say.
Because I'm thinking of like the Human Torch. He's fought people like the Gladiator and Namor, and they're pretty strong characters. Like Gladiator alone is pretty strong of a character, and Human Torch has fought them by himself, not like with the Fantastic Four. And I was wondering how Natsu would react to literal physical. If we're just taking out their fire, how would, if they clashed like with physical feats, who do you think would win that?
See, with the way that Fairy Tail is kind of played up, you know, I feel like he'd be able to tank that. And of course, there's another form to him, without going into spoilers, of course, for anybody, you know, that's watching that hasn't gotten to it, where he is just kind of like final boss level, where he can take a lot more damage, but it does hurt him in the end. So I think he would be able to match up, but like I said, it was
Kaioken?
Yeah, essentially like that. But it was supernova versus how much can he, like I said, the fire replenishes him, obviously, so that would still, you know, allow him to keep up in the fight. So that's why I think people may have seen it as a wash, but it wasn't really as much as a wash as people may have thought. I still thought it was interesting.
If not two friends involved, he instant dub.
the power of friendship.
And that's what I can't stand about it.
All right, but we gonna move on to the next one though. And this last one is the Joker versus the Jack of all trades. Who do y'all placing your bets on? The Joker from Fire Force or Gambit from Marvel's X-Men?
This is a good one.
Yeah, this one was actually pretty interesting, especially since their main thing that they use is cards, but the thing is, it's their internal power, because I think, Gambit has something called kinetic force or whatever, so that's really how he uses the cards, whereas like Joker, obviously, you know, in their world, it's the fire manipulation. I thought was a pretty good matchup for a second. I had to kind of look into Gambit's feats, and apparently he has some type of form of hypnosis, but at the same time, Joker also has the gas hallucination thing as he's fighting too.
Joker is tanking that manipulation from Gambit. Gambit only could get that manipulation stuff off on trash fighters. to me. He's never used that on anybody who was relevant.
Bad. No, but I thought it was pretty interesting just because, like I said, anything that he puts his kinetic force to kind of explodes on impact. So I don't know if it's a matter of if he touches a person, will they explode on that part, or is it has to be inanimate objects? That was kind of the part where I was a little bit lost on. Because obviously, you know, he has a staff in the
touch
car.
you, blow up.
Okay.
Yeah, you touch you, you'll blow up.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know. This one I feel like we could. I think we all agree on it. Should go to Joker. Gambit's cool, but he's not durable at all. Joker's pretty durable. Yeah, I told you the problem with Fire Force is they all are pretty fast too. We have to acknowledge that.
Yeah.
That they all have pretty. I think we all have to kind of say mock speed like feats if they're keeping up with Shinra just a little bit.
Yeah, I was about to say, 'cause he was
can't
fighting with
see
Benimaru, so that kind of puts him already above Shinra in a sense, I feel like.
And then think of Gambit. Gambit isn't fast enough to normally react to Nightcrawler. Like, Nightcrawler is a good person to fight against Gambit.
Yeah, that's right.
So,
I forgot all about that.
and I know Nightcrawler's teleporting, but yeah, okay.
Yeah, you still got
Yeah,
you're still quick enough to react.
What you got?
I don't know. To me, it's a good fight. I feel like we haven't really seen, from what I remember, we haven't really seen Joker do a whole lot of like close quarter combat. So I don't know how good he is up close. We do see that Gambit has the stats and everything, and can kind of fight in that close quarter with the staff and everything with his powers.
Yeah, that's
Remember when they stormed that
they
building?
stormed that place, but
That's what I was saying.
He-
I
he-
forgot.
I-
I have to remember it.
he
They were
did have some
fighting like
fighting
multiple people with
at the same time, but I think he was throwing
hands in
cards
hand
more
by
or less.
themselves.
Oh, you talking about
Yeah.
when he was fighting with Benimaru?
Benimaru, yeah. Remember, they weren't even fighting together. They were just like, all right, you take this floor. Okay, now you take this. It was literally like that.
20
Yeah,
seconds left.
it's kind of sucks that people from the Fire Force era or the world is so fast. It's kind of hard to compare them to other people.
But yeah, that kind of wraps that up. I do think I would want to look more into Gambit just to kind of see more of his feats, because you know the Marvel world can get kind of crazy, especially with him being X-Men. But nonetheless, though, I think all these matchups that we had this time was pretty interesting. So if you guys have any ideas or suggestions on what you would like us to do our polls, or even themes, you know, drop it in the comment section below in this video. You know, hit that like button, subscribe, and follow us on our IG. That way you can send us some messages of any ideas for the Karma TV series that you would like us to do in the future. With that said, we will see you next time.
Yes, yeah, you like it.
First off, attack. This isn't even an attack on Titan. If you've made it this far into the video, I want to thank you for watching today's content. I hope you enjoyed it, and don't forget to share this video with like-minded wonderful people such as yourself, and we'll see you next time.